This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone. We will now discuss a very interesting use case of data science. I am Muthu. I have taken a medical insurance policy from United India Insurance Company. I paid 10,000 rupees as the premium amount last year. Unfortunately, I got admitted in a hospital last year. The hospital told me to pay 20,000 rupees as the medical expenses. The insurance company paid that amount. Now you may ask me, what is this? Muthu, you paid only 10,000 rupees, but they are paying back 20,000 rupees. See, we have to bear in mind one important point. Like me, 1 crore people paid 10,000 rupees to the insurance company, but only 10% of those 1 crore people got hospitalized. Sometimes it may be around 20% of the people. So the insurance company does not incur any loss. Now the problem is this: all of a sudden, the hospitals have increased their charges last year. As a consequence, medical expenses have increased. Now, medical insurance company have to pay more amount now. So they have to collect more amount as premium now. So the purpose of this project, the goal of this project is very simple. They want to estimate, they want to predict the average medical expenses. I told you, hospitals have increased the medical charges. Since they have increased the charges, right, the medical expenses have increased. Now the insurance company want to know if the medical expenses have been increased by 20%, they will also increase the premium by 20%. If the medical expenses have increased by only 10%, they will also want to increase the premium by 10%. Now the whole question is, they want to first of all estimate the medical expenses. Once they estimate it, accordingly they will increase the premium, right? Once they know whether the medical expenses have increased by 20% or 10%, accordingly they will fix the premium. Now let us have a look at the data set. For this purpose, say, now what is the goal? The goal is to estimate the medical expenses. See the last column of this table. What's the name of the table? Insurance. The goal of this project is to estimate or predict. So this is the dependent variable, the variable that we want to predict or estimate is known as the dependent variable. All other variables, this, all the 6 variables are known as independent variables. By using all these values, all these values, we want to estimate these values. Is the rough idea clear? Right. Now let us start executing the code. I have already typed the code in order to save time, right? We are going to execute it in Jupyter Notebook. Let me paste and execute. Now what is happening? I have imported the required libraries. Let us not worry about them. When we discuss, we will talk about every library. Now, what's the name of the data set? Insurance.cv. I have already shown it. Insurance, right? I am reading in data from this data set, right? Now I am giving the full path of this file, right? In my computer, right? I have D drive. Within it, one drive, one folder known as webinar. Within that, one dot. Here is where I have insurers. So this is the advantage of attending this webinar. So you understand every bit of it. See, what do we mean by the file path? D colon slash webinar slash one dot data sets, one dot data sets. right? This data set is over there. Now you are able to understand the code. d:/webinar/1.dataset. So this path may be different in the case of your computer. Okay. From this table, all the contents of this table, please listen to me carefully, are now read and stored in df. Now df holds the table, and when I say head, I tell the computer to display the contents of first 5 records. Head means stops. First 5 records. Please check. 19 female 27.10 and all. 19 female 27.00 and all. Is a rough idea clear? Now let me execute the next portion of the code. df.info, right? I can even type. If it is going to be a simple command, I need not copy and paste. I can even type df.info. That way I can save some time, right? Now let me execute. It will provide information about the various columns. How many columns are there? There are 7 columns. How many columns are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you know very well know all these values are integers. All these values are fractional numbers, integers, fractional values, right? So these 3 columns, sex, right? Text, you know, you have text here smoker column also we have text, in this religion column also we have text. So they say all the values in the column age are integers, all the values in the bmi column are fractional numbers, all the values in the expenses column, last column, also fractional numbers. The number of the values in the children column, 1 child, 2 children, 3 children, all integers. But what about this column, sex, right? And then smoker, and then region, they have text. Do you know? See, this one, this one, this one, and this one, they have text. That is why they are known as the data type of sex, data type of smoker, and region known as right, these 3 are known as, the data type is known as object. See, these 3, sex, smoker, and region, are known as categorical variables. Age, BMI, children, and expenses are called numerical variables, because in those columns, in the age column, BMI column, children column, expenses column, we have numerical values. But these 3, this, and this, are known as categorical variables. Why are they called so? See, only 2 values get repeated, male and female. Now you can place all males in one category and all females in another category. Similarly here, only 2 values get repeated, yes and no. All smokers will be placed in one category, all non-smokers can be placed in another category. That is why this, and this are known as categorical variables. All those people who hail from southwest region can be placed in one category, all people from southeast category can be placed in another category, and so on. That is why they are known as categorical variables. Now let me execute the next 3 lines. Let me execute the next 3 lines of the code. Now we are going to talk about the categorical variables. We are going to talk about the categorical variables. See, sex is one categorical variable, smoker is another categorical variable, region is the another categorical variable. There is one function known as value counts. What does it do? Let us execute, and then we will also see we will execute one by one. So when we execute together, what happens, you know, we see the result of only the last one, you know. So we will execute one by one. See how many males are there. Now sex, in the column sex, what values do you have? Male and female, only these 2 values get repeated. These 2 values get repeated. Now the value counts, this predefined function counts the number of males and number of females. Is idea clear? Now there are 676 males and 62 females. Now similarly, let us find out how many smokers are there, how many non-smokers are there. See, for every 1064, approximately, whenever you find 1000 non-smokers, you will be finding approximately 300 smokers. That's what they mean. And then what does this mean? Approximately, see, all regions are equally represented in my data set. See, these 4 values are more or less equal. So my data set is really a good one. Why do I say so? In real life, half of the people are males, half of the people are females. In my data set also, right, totally there are 1300 and right, you can very well check. You can scroll down, to find total number of rows. 430, right? Let me scroll down a little fastly. 1440 rows, just one less, right? So if you add these two values, you will get 1400 and the 1339. So in real life, half of the people are male, half of the females famous. In my data set also, it is so. Similarly, in real life, whenever you find 1000 non-smokers, more or less you will find around 300 people, 300 smokers. Now in my data set also, this trend is same. Same thing like this. And in real life, then people are spread all over the country. That means equal number of people live in come from various regions. In my data set is also like this. Now what do I want to say? My data set should represent the real life. Then only whatever results I get on the base of my data set will be applicable, will be accurate for the population. So first of all, we should ensure that our data set is a good one. Now let us execute the next one. Now what am I going to do? I am going to execute a command known as describe command. Let us execute it. I will get the mean standard deviation for the variable age, where the variable BMI. What is the average value of age? 39 years old. Average value of BMI, average value of children, average medical expenses incurred by the people. Is the rough idea clear? Now in one interview they asked, even though there are seven variables, you know, how many variables are there? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we get these values, mean, standard deviation and all, only for these 4 variables. What happened the remaining 3? See, only these 4 are numeric variables. Age, numeric values. BMI, numeric values. Children, numeric values. Expense, numeric values. So the describe method will work only for numeric values. For the non-numeric values, see, I mean the categorical variables, we can find only the count. How many males are there, how many females are there. This type of clarity is very important when you study data science. Now I am going to execute one more command, very interesting command. Why do I say it's a very interesting command? When I execute, I will get a picture. Now this is known as histogram. This picture is known as histogram. Hist is the abbreviation for histogram. Now I divide the data. There are 1440 rows, you know. I divide into 10 groups. They call them as bins, 10 bins. Now there are no hard and fast rules. You can even divide the data into 8 bins or 12 bins. Okay. Now 1 bar, each bin is represented by 1 bar. So if there are 10 bins, there should be 10 bars. First bar, second bar, third one, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth is not visible, and then 10th. Is the rough idea clear? Now we are considering the last column. Because we are very much interested only in this column, because we want to predict only the medical expenses. So we will draw the histogram only for this one. Now if you draw a graph, you will get a right skewed curve. You would have heard about the normal curve. Slowly increases, reaches the top, and then slowly decreases. Now you see, I think about the occurrence of corona. It's say started in March end, and then slowly increase during April, May, June. They say that it will reach the peak in the first week of July, and then it will slowly start decreasing July, August, September. By September yet, it will come to the bottom, right? So this is what we mean by normal curve. If a variable follows the normal curve, it is comparatively easier to analyze. But here, the curve is not a linear one, it is a skewed one. We are considering a difficult data set. Then only we will be able to learn a lot. Okay, now we stop here. We will continue in the second part of this use case. See, this use case is explained in 3 different parts. Now the first part is over. We will see the rest in the second part. Now we are going to discuss many more interesting use cases like this in the days to come. So please subscribe to this channel so that you will get notified as soon as we post any interesting video. Thank you.